And, ladies and gentlemen, let's look. So at TNG, we are going back to the standard 3 DDs. Kleber, Gear, or actually 2 DDs, pardon me. Kleber and Gearing. Then they have Nevsky, Double Des Moines, Moskva, Goliath, and Double Ohio again. What you got over there on the PN side, GP?
Yeah, I'd lose you at the beginning of every one of these. On PN side, you've got Double Gearing, Daring, Des Moines, Double Nevsky, Stalingrad, Ohio, and Montana this time.
Yeah. The interesting thing here, the double DD, which cap are you avoiding? Are they going to try to go for a play here and B early on, try to take the advantage with that and try to melt out one of PN's? We'll have to keep an eye on that. Seeing double Ohio is... I don't know about the double Ohio on this one. I feel like this one's not necessarily as much of a push, and you don't get as much advantage out of it with the islands.
I mean, you can get away with Ohio on the C side. The A side's a stalemate, so you want to be able to bring that ship in and get some value for it. You can't do it with a Kremlin. You can't do it. Well, the Conqueror's been banned.
Yeah.
You could potentially do it with the Montana. I like, and if you look at what PN's doing, they're actually doing it no, they're doing it correctly. So Ohio's going to see where it has the advantage. Montana for plunging fire from distance.
No, they're putting the extra. Interestingly enough, I'm not sure how this setup is going here from TNG, because you would normally expect to see one of the cruisers being set on that G5 island or something to help cover B. But as I look at their cruisers, they're sending the Des Moines and the Nevsky straight towards C. And okay, this is brilliant. They're using the gearing to smoke the Goliath up. So they're going to probably try to get the Goliath onto that narrow gap at FG7. They're going to try to put him on that narrow gap right here at FG7 so that he can shoot towards B. And he is also protected from the shots mostly from A. Like, the A group's not going to have a great line on him going across. And the C group, he's going to be in a safe spot unless they get out wide and torp him. But he is turning back now, so apparently... Pay no attention to what I'm saying because they are not doing it.
Well, and if you take a look at B right now, this is again a masterclass in destroyers. He's going to the one spot where torps are going to come, but he's coming at a backwards angle, and if torps are coming from here, he's going to be able to back out from it.
Yeah.
They're not coming from that direction. They're actually coming from the side again, and if he over pushes this, he may be in trouble. He's backing up to get torps. There we go. Okay.
He's going to see them. Now, the real question is, does he manage to stay in the cap, or does he duck out by accident? Perfectly played just by the skin of his teeth. That is 40% of his boat outside the cap before he starts backing up. So, he successfully dodges, which means that PN's going to have the early set on... they're going to have the early set of capping B. But let's keep an eye on C. C is going to be interesting here.
Well, actually, hold on. Take a look at A. Oh. The gearing has smoked the Des Moines towards the island, so it looks like they're making a play of getting the Des Moines into the A cap, and that's going to spring the gearing free.
I don't think they're going to put him all the way free to the A cap, but we'll see. You might be right.
He's definitely going to the A cap.
You might be right. Oh, and the gearing took a torp. Gearing took one of the torps from the Daring, and the Goliath might be taking torps as well here. Let's see. Goliath dodges, but the gearing takes a torp.
That's amazing, and that's what happened to PN the first time. And the gearing and C dodges Kleber's torps. See, it's interesting how they've both been playing these French destroyers.
Yeah. Okay, so the gearing has taken A.
Yep, they're not fast open water gunboaties. They're definitely bringing this Des Moines down.
Yeah, they're bringing both. Now, but here's the advantage. You have 2 cruisers and you have 2 radar cruisers and an Ohio over here versus a gearing, the 1 radar cruiser in the Monty. So this is definitely an interesting spot to be in. We'll have to keep an eye out. Cross shots coming all the way over towards the Nevsky, I believe. Let's see if they hit from Late Lights, Ohio. Nevsky pulls away. Greifer says, nope, I am not going to be hit, and runs from that set. Though then he gets chunked by the other Ohio, Pandemic.
Well, the Nevsky on TNG is getting chunked as well.
Yeah.
So Nevsky's on the tip of the island, and this is interesting. Normally you see these ships further up on these islands and on the left side, both teams have opted. Okay, take a look at these torps on two crazy eyes. Both teams have opted to keep their Nevskis further up on the tip of the little turtle arms.
I think that Nevsky gets out here scot-free. I think he's got a big enough gap, but we'll see. We'll see. He's trying to start to turn it. Uh-oh. He might not have turned it quick enough. We'll see.
No.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's definitely
He's
eating
taking one. He takes one, not two. 6A's Nevsky has just taken a massive chunk as well, so he's backing up because he is at that corner position, like I said, but he's not able to do anything because he has to back up. And there's the Des Moines sitting on the edge of the island. It's like, you know, right next to each other. Just time to pull the crew off the ship and send them over the mountain with the guns. Take the other ship.
Well, if you think about it, the Des Moines going to be able to proximity spot the other Des Moines, and the Gearing's going to be able to get out to about 10-5 and fire his 16-5 torpedoes in and repeatedly harass this Des Moines. I think the advantage actually goes to PN here. We've got crossfire shots again at this Goliath.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to have a Gearing versus Daring fight.
The Nevsky of Greifer's being shot at by several ships. They're trying to get him off the field. They miss, but they are now the Stalingrad of Naruvo is getting chunked.
Yeah, and he's in a tough place because you can't really back. He may be able to back up just a little bit and get behind the island. He is on fire. The Gearing is firing his long-range torps at him. Let's keep an eye on what's happening. And this is exactly what I was talking about.
Look at
where
the torps being launched. And the best thing is because the Des Moines already used his radar, I do believe.
He can get even closer.
He can get even closer.
Well, and you have 3 ships keeping 3 ships at bay. I would say good job from TNG. They've mitigated this destroyer disadvantage by
look at the play here. Look at the play here. Look at C. We got a play coming in. The Des Moines of Antonius Jones has made it across the halfway line, and he's about to have juicy shots on 6A's Nevsky and UC's Ohio.
Yeah, and there's the first salvo.
Yeah. And so that's going to force 6A out real quick.
And it looks like they're moving the Ohio over there to counter. But 6A may be in trouble. Kleber, he's giving broad to Kleber. Who cares?
Yeah.
Deander may have to dodge some torps here.
They did successfully take C-Cap. C-Cap was successfully taken. Torps are dodged by the skin of his teeth. And now they're backing Aragorn into B.
Yeah, and that may be the cue for the Daring to dive forward and go after him. Where's his support? It's the Stalin and the Nevsky. The Nevsky's...
Yeah.
Greifer's kind of chunked out, but I think he can win this 1v1 as long as the Goliath doesn't participate.
Yeah. And there's the torps from the Gearing coming in on the line that the Kleber is going to take to try to take C. This is a tight one. 200-point lead that is ticking still and gaining.
Battle in B, chunked off of Aragorn, and it looks like
they're putting everything at him.
Yeah, well,
if I'm them, you try to get him off the field here.
I don't know if I smoked up here.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's unspotted, but let's see what their blind fire looks pretty damn accurate.
I mean, yeah. 5,500 and dropping, and now they're just going to keep. It doesn't look like it's hitting, but they have shifted Greifer back to shooting on the Goliath. Meanwhile, the Kleber has been forced out of C, and he did take a torp there, as we expected. He did take one of the torps that D'Andler put in towards C, which has forced him out.
Well, and I think at this point in time, it's safe to say that they're going to lose C. And A is going to be a stalemate. They have moved the Montana all the way over to get the plunging fire on this Des Moines.
I'm not sure about C, because look at what's happening to the Ohio. He's trying to back in, but they're having everyone, including the Ohio, putting HE on him to try to shred his secondaries and burn him down.
After this Ohio.
Even the Stalingrad of Naruvo is there, and he's putting the shots on. And he is burning. He is burning.
He's got to be careful in that Stalingrad. Yeah. There's still long-range torps coming.
Yeah.
But they are going to be spotted by Diurix Hydro. The Ohio has pushed up to the mountains. Now, see, this is classic PN. What we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
The DDs have won their caps. They've gotten their teammates to where they need to go, and now they're just picking and prodding.
Yeah. Oh, and these shots by the Ohio might be really brutal on Pandemic. Oh, not too much damage. He's lucky there. You got just enough of an angle because those looked juicy. Looking at now, TNG is still in this game. It is a 370 plus point differential, but they do hold a narrow health advantage, and no ships are down yet, so this definitely can be won. I expect to see Antonius Jones backing up and looking in at that Ohio pretty soon, and they're going to try to get him off the flank, because if they get him off the flank, that is, as you said, C.
Well,
And
look at
there,
C.
boom, there's the big chunk on Juicy.
They've transitioned the Goliath and the gearing over to C. It's now a 6-on-5. Well,
Yeah.
technically 6-on-6 with the Stalingrad. I think once he figures out that Goliath has moved, the Stal, he's going to be able to move into position, but he's going to have to watch out from cross shots from across the map at the Ohio. The Montana has disengaged, and the gearing is being shot at by Moskva Des Moines. So
I mean,
it's
that
a
being
game
said,
thing.
UC is getting close to going down. They're getting shots back on Pandemic, but Pandemic's heal is holding better. But that Stalingrad has a beautiful broadside. He might just oh, he's a little short there. And they're in C. They've forced the ships far enough back that they can push the gearing into C. They've given up B, and so the daring is sliding over from B, but they are taking C, and they're trying to get UC off the field.
The Ohio, Jussie Smolensk is dead.
Yeah.
He's getting burned down from all angles. He's not going to be able to die of this island fast enough unless he has a heal. And even then,
that
it's
being
going to
said,
be
they're trading. If they're trading Ohio's here, I'm pretty sure. I don't see Pandemic living with the amount of fires going on him and this just focus fire. So yeah, there goes Smolensk as expected, but I think we're about to see it followed by Pandemic.
And you got to give 6A credit. He was low and in a bad position with this Des Moines. He's lived through this. And he's been able to put down
There's
good shots.
another Ohio here, so they're trying to get the Ohio, and they've DCP'd the fires. They're trying to get him back into the cap, and he's undetected now, so he's gonna live. He probably has maybe one more heal left, but he's still alive.
Well, and here's the mark of a good clan. We talked about the Goliath moving and transitioning, and it looks like they've already figured that out with the Stallion. And as soon as I say that, he may be backing directly in. He's moved away from his island, so this is the ability to see that the enemy team has moved and you're no longer in threat and putting yourself in a better position. That little bit of time is huge.
Look at Crazy Eyes now. They've got him spotted by DDs, and the Nevskys are fighting back and forth at range. But right now, Greifer's winning that trade.
Greifer he's a technician at long range shots.
And here's the Des Moines play we call. Des Moines is pushed out around now that the Ohio's out of the way, and so he's going to try to burn down the Nevsky.
Well, and Greifer has his broad. Let's see if he punishes him. This could be actually really bad for the Des Moines.
This could be, yeah, and 6A is saying, I'm not even going to worry about the Des Moines. Greifer, you take care of him. I'm going to keep putting shells out on the Nevsky in the middle. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, it's still the stalemate over at A. The Moskva of Bedlam Brad is pushing up. They want to get the Moskva of Bedlam Brad in, and I think they're going to try to pincer the Des Moines. Especially...
Well, they've got to do something here at A. They've been sitting in this stalemate for a long time. They know where the Montana is. They know where the gearing's at. And this Stali has moved out, which means Moskva has beautiful broadside shots at him, but Stali saw it first, and the Moskva gets at least Citadel. If not double,
he got
Citadel.
chunked. Meanwhile, just watching, 6A is about to go down. There we go. He's down. And so now the Des Moines got the flank, and Greifer's low enough to get chunked, and they've spotted the daring in B. This has been a push now. Question is it in time? Is it been quick enough to make the transition? Moskva gets chunked again by the Stalingrad. Oh, he gets lucky. Only 4K from the Montana, because that was a Moskva that looked like he was taking bigger chunks. So now they've got 99% luck in a very awkward position, because they can push around both sides and split him. And they've got the Ohio even coming.
Well, this is the classic setup. You win C and you fan out on these little turtle arms.
Mm-hmm.
The question's going to be, do they have the health to do it? And the Stalin is broadside to the Ohio right now, and the Ohio has shots on. This could be really bad for the Stali.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's the Citadels.
Oh, yeah, and he's down to 29K.
And that didn't smoke him in time.
Yeah. That being said, this Goliath is in a world of hurt if he's not careful. If they don't have a Hydra spotted, those Torps coming in are going to be really brutal between that Nevsky and that Goliath.
Well, and you got to give credit to this Des Moines that's sitting at A,
Yeah.
Imperator Makarov. He's been the the only thing that the Gearing and the Montana have basically been going for, and
Yeah.
he's not any worse for. He's 10,000 HP down,
And the Nevsky does not take a torp. That's
and
rough
Stolly's
luck.
about to go down to the Des
Yeah.
Moines. I think they may have done it here.
I think you're right. I think even with the health advantage, I have to say that's the if PN loses, it was letting that Des Moines get all the way up to their side of the map unchecked. They had nothing preventing him from getting into E10, and once he's on your side of the map, you've really put it in an awkward spot. But that doesn't mean this game's over yet. It is still a 140-point lead for PN. They still have these ships. They just need to find the shots.
They have no caps at the moment, and it looks like they're going to let the Ohio heal Pandemic. Greifer's in trouble. He's getting shot at from 3 different things. And weirdly enough, my DDs, while staying alive, have killed nothing.
Yeah.
It's shocking to me.
At this point, you have to push into B if you're PN if you want a chance.
They're making a play at A. The other Des Moines has wrapped around. I mean, I don't want to be critical, but how do you miss torp after torp after torp after torp of a very stationary Des Moines? You had a big advantage here, and you kind of.
I mean, RNG it does definitely play a part. Oh, here's the fight. Daring's fighting the Kleber right now. He is getting really good damage on him. 7,000 is this?
Yeah, but he's pushing into these torps. That's the end of him. Unless he makes a. Oh, look at the RNG. Oh, is there just enough room for him?
I think there is. There is.
That's incredible.
Now, that does get the Kleber out of there alive with 5,700 health, which is... Oh, wait. He's not stopping. He's still pushed out of that smoke. He's like, you missed the torps? I'm going to chase you down. Because...
he's gonna meet a Goliath and a Gearing.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of him.
Nevsky gets him. 4 ships. I mean, last gas play. Do they have anything left in the tank?
I can't believe what we're seeing here. Taking a look at this Des Moines, I mean, the A side, they did a good job. They all stayed alive. The Ohio's taken no damage. The Gearing is now getting chunked, and he's almost dead.
Is he going to die there? Oh, 158,
that should be him
dead,
right there.
7 health and gone. Lead is now almost 200 points for TNG. Oh, there goes the Nevsky of Greifer. And, I mean, with 3 ships left on the map, that's game.
Yeah, that's definitely game.
That is game.
Wow, TNG coming in strong.
That is a strong start. 2-0. Not what we expected. I was expecting 3 games, but... I mean, this was their map pick, and, I mean, they made the 2DD strat work. This is only the second team we've seen make a 2DD strat work. And both of those teams have played a game on this map.
Let's send you looking for a tiebreaker to get in.
Just a second. Indeed. Let's watch this close out. Who's going to die? Who's going to die?
So, Entai and RNG are in a game 3.
Well, let's watch this end.
Yeah.
Let's watch. So, Moskva, Des Moines pushing the Moskva. Is he going to get a ram off in time? I mean, I will say the Des Moines just got chunked by the Monty. I think it's too late, though.
Yeah, it's way too late. 9-22-5. Like, they're finally doing something at A. But that Gearing ended up losing in a double
Des Moines is trying to buy fire. Nope.
And
no
he
chance.
Gets crushed by the Mazda.
He does. He gets crushed. And there we go. So we're going to see TNG moving up to the winner's bracket. PN will be playing for their tournament lives in the next game. This will be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. But as we said, your winner with a 2-0 TNG.
Congratulations to them. Well fought, well played by both teams. I think the big shock was some of the DD play here.